Joe's
And
running for today.
we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody.
How? Whoa.
Hello. I have to refresh.
Okay,
And
well, while you're refreshing, I want to share a story real fast, okay? Or should I wait? Save it for later. What should we do? Okay.
You do what you want, Jamie.
I do what I want. So anyway, I got home today and I took a page out of Joe's book.
You took a nap?
I took a nap.
You took a nap instead of running?
Yeah. So Paul and Sandy are gonna be sad because I haven't run since Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I haven't run, but but I feel better. Like I was actually testing out running today, and I was like, okay, I think tomorrow I can do it. And so I did walk around my building today to get a little bit of exercise in, though. But I think I can pick back up tomorrow.
You have to go to the office today?
Yeah, they called me.
He's got to go every day.
So this is public show, and some coworkers might start watching this. So just so they know,
he has to refrain from some of his.
No, I don't. I absolutely have to go to work, and I hate it. I hate having to be an essential worker who has to be on site, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't die.
Not today, Rona.
Tell us what you think again, Jamie.
That's going to be in a court of law.
Great. I don't want Joe to have control of that now.
Awesome. Well, today is Taco Tuesday, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our business of the day. Mr. Pineapples has got someone that he would like to plug. And just before he goes, I would like to let you know, if you have sent us an email about plugging your business, I've received a lot of emails about plugging people's businesses. So just be patient. We'll get you into the mix, and we'll go from there. I promise we'll try to get through all of them as we can. But
if you're ugly, we will delete it.
Right? Yeah.
There's only so many days in a week. Yeah. All right. So tonight we are going to plug Kevin Pietro. He lives in Peoria, and he works for West Point Financial Group. His message tonight is, to those out there being affected by this chaos, these times are definitely something we're going to remember for years to come. No matter what fear presents itself, never lose your steadfast love and faith in the good Lord. Hold on to his promises for us. We're praying for y'all. You can reach him at 630-728-7858. And honestly, my phone just died.
It looks alive to me, actually.
Here we go. Hold on. It just came back up. His address is 401 Southwest Water Street, Peoria, Illinois. His email address is kpietro, and that's spelled Pietro, at financialguide.com. So if you have financial services or anything financially related you want to talk to someone about, Kevin's your guy, but I think he just wanted to send a message out to let people know that he cares about y'all. So
that was very nice.
Very nice of Kevin. I'm going to let you type in all of his information because I didn't write that down fast enough. So, my fingers are.
He's got good skills, guys, but this one obviously is one that's not him. Okay, no problem. I got it. It's okay.
Transcribing is not.
I tell people how awesome you are, Joe, and now you just made me out to be a liar.
Oh, that stinks.
Maybe next time.
Maybe not. Well, we have an awesome guest today. I have known her for probably a year now or so. She is a triple threat. She can sing, she can dance, she can act, and I was privy to that whenever I actually worked with her during one of a photo shoot for her, and I was just amazed at how well she moved in the little tiny studio that I have where we're taking our pictures and stuff like that.
You have a studio?
Where have you been? Oh my goodness.
So what you're saying is our guest was standing on top of the table when the good Lord was passing out talents.
Oh yeah.
We're late.
Yeah. Like he was distracted when he was passing the talents out.
He turned his head for a minute and she's like, yes.
All mine. Yeah. So without further ado, here we go with Miss Maddie Bryan.
Hi.
Hi, Maddie. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. You're already being too kind. Way too kind. Oh, thank you. Wow.
You like that? See, we are really good about doing the intro part of it, and then the rest of it. It may not be so good, but so just so you know, it's downhill from here.
It's gonna be great.
The hardest part is
Wait,
done
Maddie.
now.
Yeah,
Good. Yeah.
it's done.
Oh, God.
So I know that you are actually home because of what's going on. You were actually in a different place, Florida, in fact, and so you had to come back home. But tell us kind of your journey onto, just how you kind of started this business and all that fun stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm one of those typical people who are like, I grew up dancing. Like I came out of the womb dancing, So my mom took me to see my first Broadway show when it was touring in Lubbock. And it was 42nd Street, which is a huge tap dancing show. And apparently, whenever I went home that day, I was like, Mom, I'm going to do that and I'm going to get paid for it someday. She was like, all right. So they put me in dance classes and, I was 3. So I've been taking ballet, tap and jazz since I was 3 and then just kind of added like hip hop and point and lyrical and all this other stuff. As I got older and more advanced. And then, I basically grew up as a dancer and then just went to college for it, got my degree in theater, which some people are like, oh, yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, no, they didn't.
It happens a lot. A lot of actors get oh, what are you planning on doing with that? And you're like, oh, yeah. Well,
that's horrible. I'm so sorry that happens to you.
It's okay. They mean well. I think truly people just don't know what actors do.
Well, is it one of those where like you say that and they're like, oh, that's nice. And then they're like, I really don't think that the actors are whatever, but you must be different. So then they're kind of like forgiving to you and you're like, thank you.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
They're like backhand compliments.
Yeah. It's almost like, so what's your like real job gonna be?
What's your day job?
I'm so sorry.
Right, exactly. No, it's okay. It's okay. Every actor goes through it. It's fine.
Wow. So what is the dream job for you? What would you like? Where do you want to end up?
Oh gosh. So when I was little, I was like, oh, Broadway. Like I'm gonna live in New York. I'm gonna be on Broadway. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be famous, and as I got older, I think my main goal in my career is just to work as long as possible. So I don't know. I mean, Broadway is still obviously the goal. Like that's like, the best that you can be,
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Broadway, but I just want to perform anywhere for as long as possible.
So I know, like I said, I've known you for a little bit. You actually were able to go to New York to train. Is that right? Am I remembering correctly? You were an instructor or something to that effect?
Yeah. So kind of, I was, it was in Williamstown, Massachusetts. Close enough.
Close enough. It's all Yankees. They're all Yankees up there anyway.
Exactly. That was crazy. That was both the best and worst summer of my life. I was an apprentice, so basically we were kind of like the low of the low on the totem pole. So exactly. So we basically did all of the things that no one else wanted to do. So like we would help build sets and we'd have to like hold ladders. Like we didn't actually get to do like the really cool stuff. But I held a bunch of ladders. I was a door opener one time, and there were a ton of famous people there. So Uma Thurman was actually working, like she was in a play there at the festival that summer, Williamstown Theater Festival.
Really?
And I held the door open for her.
Did her hair smell really, really nice?
She was so beautiful and so tall. And I love Kill Bill, so I was like, "Oh my god!"
Was it like during that time, or what? I don't remember when Kill Bill came out.
No, Kill Bill's way old. Kill Bill's way old.
Yeah, but she was She was awesome.
He says it's old.
It's old,
Get
man.
it together,
It
Danny.
They've had 2 movies.
Sorry.
What
Are there
else?
only 2? I thought there were more than that.
No, there's only 2. Yeah.
And they're
Okay.
probably really
Okay.
old, Maddie. So-
Yeah, so not
I know,
to be a
I know.
spoiler or anything, but she does kill Bill. So that's kind of the premise of the show. So
Spoiler alert.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. The second one is when she does that, right?
right, exactly.
Okay.
exactly.
Then yes, I've seen both. I thought they were the same movie.
Right.
I'm ashamed. I should know that.
Don't be ashamed.
My friend Uma. I should.
Amazing. She's not the only celebrity that you met, though.
Oh no!
Sorry.
So I actually auditioned for the late night cabaret, which is where after all the plays are done that the famous people do, they're just everyone comes over to this big church area thing, and we have a late night cabaret, which we just our director, who is amazing, Jack Mitchell, writes or he doesn't write the song, but he arranges different songs, like pop songs, and makes them into these big cabarets. And Amanda Seyfried, her husband was in one of the plays, and so she came and performed with us in the late night cabaret, along with Ashley Park, who was the original Gretchen in Mean Girls on Broadway. They did a cover of Taylor Swift's Mean. And they made it really like Mean Girls-y, like they threw some quotes in there from Mean Girls, and it was the best thing ever.
And you were on stage performing with them.
I was right behind them, yeah. And I remember meeting them, and I was shaking. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. I'm sure my friends are probably so tired of me talking about it, but how can I not? That's the coolest
Right,
thing
I
I've
agree.
ever
How can you not talk about it?
Friend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And then,
and you also met what's his name from
Jesse
Modern
Tyler
Family?
Ferguson. Yeah, Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
What?
From Modern Family, the redhead gay guy from Modern Family.
That guy is so funny. I've seen him on Ellen.
Oh my
Yes.
god, I love him to death. I actually played the saxophone in the song, and then like got to riff at the end. And there's a picture of him going yes while I'm singing, and it's so funny.
That's so cool.
It's so cool.
See, you need to put that picture up behind you where that really nice looking photo or thing is, and put that picture up there.
I know, I should frame it. I should blow it up.
Right.
So you mentioned Amanda. How did you say your last name?
Seyfried.
Okay, I got to tell you, one night we had a double date here in my house, and you see this wonderful image right here, but this is actually a giant basement down here. It's so cool. But my wife and I, we had some friends over, and we watched a movie. What's that one that she's in singing? Mamma Mia. Yes. It was the worst 2 hours of my life. I hate that movie. I absolutely. I remember when it was done and the music was done and the credits, and me, my wife, and our 2 guests were sitting here, and we're just like, we're like, what just happened? What's just going on? And I was like, and then one of my friends who kind of doesn't know how to hold it in sometimes, he's like, well, that sucked. And it was like, I'm glad I'm not the only one who was thinking that. I was like, was that not horrible? And so we went back and forth, but the only redeeming feature or whatever of that movie was that Amanda Seyfried is the only one, in my opinion, and those in my basement that night thought could sing. She has a beautiful voice, and she is awesome. And I was like, man, that girl knows how to sing. So I have her music in my Spotify playlist, and it does get played often because I think she has a great voice.
She's beautiful. She actually has major stage fright. She was so nervous to sing in front of everyone.
Are you nervous to sing in front of everyone?
Oh, I don't tell anyone this, especially my voice teacher. I hate singing in front of people.
Really?
I hate it. I really hate it. If I'm by myself, I hate it. If I'm with a group, like that was awesome. Like this summer was the best thing ever. But if I had to be her, I couldn't.
You couldn't.
I mean, I have to do it
You
for my
did-
career, but I
Uh-huh.
don't like it.
So what's been the largest? What's been the largest group or amount of people that you've had to sing in front of?
Or
Oh.
perform in front of.
Oh gosh. That was actually a pretty small venue. People had to pay a lot of money to come see it. I don't know. That's funny that you hate Mamma Mia because my first like big girl show was Mamma Mia.
The movie though?
And the
No,
movie,
she
okay,
was-
See, I love the play. I have the soundtrack for the play on my
good.
Spotify, and I love ABBA. The music is phenomenal.
I love ABBA.
It's just that movie was a disaster.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay,
I
okay.
kind of agree with you actually.
Yeah, as much as I love Pierce Brosnan and I can't remember her name.
Meryl Streep.
Yes, Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
As much as I love them as on the screen, oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone lied to them. Someone lied to them bad. I'm sorry.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, okay. So you don't remember. So you don't remember the largest group you had, but you remember the most expensive group you've had.
Right.
So I have to ask, how we're all wondering. We're all wondering
Oh,
how much was the tickets to go watch you sing in that?
I have no idea. I'm
Come
sure,
on, Natty. Make a
Let me-
number up then.
You want me to look it up? Okay, I'm
No,
sure. I'm sure it had to have something. I'm sure it's between like 150 and like 300. I mean, like the people who were singing were famous. You know what I mean? So
But you were in that group. Don't
I didn't have to-
don't put them up. This is the Maddie show, okay? You were the one people
Yeah,
paid
they were singing
$150
with
to
me.
see. Yes,
Right.
that's
Exactly.
right.
That's what we're
Tell it.
saying.
You own it, Maddie. Come on now.
Yeah, right.
So
It's like-
that's amazing because for me to have to get people to come listen to me, I do a lot of speeches. I have to do it for free and offer food. So it's kind of like the
There you
oil
go.
industry right now. I'm in the negative to have people come listen to me.
That's where you get started. You know,
Yeah.
that's how you get started. Yeah.
So what was your first performance? Do you remember?
Well, okay, my mother's watching, so technically I have to say whenever she directed Charlotte's Web when I was 3, I was in my first play when I was 3 also. I was a Gosling and I didn't have a line. I just was dressed as a duck, basically.
Oh,
So that was my first play, but my first, actual performance was do y'all know Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
yes.
Yeah, I was a dancer. I was dancer number 7.
Fantastic. I'm going to have to tell my wife that.
So you were sprinkled with all the talent, but you didn't start out that way. You didn't start out with the big spot, the big roles right away. So that's what people need to know. It's like, hey, you don't just because you have all the talent doesn't mean that you're going to be starting out right away.
Yes, that is so true. I actually worked at the same theater for like 4 or 5 years before that I even got a speaking role. So
But you
gotta
definitely had
work
to
with
put in your time, right? So this whole idea that actors or actresses, performers, that kind of just out there doing whatever, like, no, you're actually doing in some work into beforehand.
Yeah, no, there's like a few people who just like decide to be an actor and they're just automatically really good. But most actors that you see on TV or in plays actually have MFAs in theater because it just takes so much and there's really so much that goes into all of it that I think a lot of people just don't realize, but oh no,
What's MFA?
like a master's in fine arts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was just helping Joe and Sandy. You know?
Right.
You helped me, but I had no clue.
That's okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I knew exactly what that meant. Like there's a BFA and an MFA.
Yes, I have my BFA.
Look at
See?
Joe.
Bachelor's in Fine
Make that
Arts.
up.
You Googled that up quick, man.
We did.
MFA. Cool. Look.
So you do all kinds of dancing. I hear that you also teach dancing still, kind of. Is that right?
Yeah. So I teach adult tap sometimes, which is so fun. I used to have an actual job teaching like little kids how to tap dance, but I personally love teaching adult tap because I can actually like be myself and we can actually do more advanced things. And so I actually just did an Instagram live class, and that was really fun. We learned a little dance combination, but I haven't taught in a while. Oh, and I do well, up until I graduated, I was working for a little college prep program for high school students wanting to pursue musical theater, and I was their choreographer. So
Maddie, that's awesome.
it was the best. I actually miss it a lot.
Aw. So how many of the kids would you say like because here's my thought on this. So I feel like there's actually more kids who are interested in that than who actually, sign up or even try to pursue something. And so you get a lot of hidden talent that are there because they're just like, they're kind of like what you were saying, how people talk to you whenever, you tell them that you're a performer or whatever, and they're kind of like, oh,
Cool.
so yeah. So do you feel like that's an accurate statement?
Yeah. And a lot of them do theater in their high school, and then they come also take classes with us. We have a lot of that actually.
Okay.
I was a band nerd in high school, so I didn't even do theater or choir, and so I felt a
And
little
she plays
behind.
an instrument.
She said she plays the saxophone.
Yeah, the
Saxophone. Oh my goodness, that's it. My kids, I'm gonna have to go yell at my kids right quick because they suck.
Oh my god!
You're probably napping. Probably
I'm
with
like,
it.
what are y'all doing?
All right, we do
Jeez.
what you do, Dad. We nap. We nap.
Oh,
So is the saxophone the only instrument you play too, or do you have like more?
Oh yeah, no, it's just that.
Okay, I was about to be I'm glad because that didn't make me feel as small now because I was like, oh my gosh.
I tried to learn how to play the guitar, but my fingers are really, really short, and it just didn't work out for me.
I didn't know you had to have long fingers to play
I
the
didn't either.
I mean, I guess you don't, but
It helps.
I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it.
I played Guitar Hero really good.
There you go.
I wonder
See,
that.
I'm really bad at that. So there you
Really?
go. Oh,
So
yeah.
Maddie, give us a rundown of the roles that you have played other than chair number 7 or whatever.
It was number 7.
Yeah, number 7 or whatever. So just
Which
give
was
us
still awesome. Which was still
Yeah.
Thank
awesome.
you.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you.
But yeah, give us a rundown of what you've been in.
Okay, yeah. So, my first kind of lead in a musical was I was Maisie LaBird in Seussical the Musical. Which is
Oh,
just
nice.
the most genius show ever written, of course. And
Lyrically speaking, right?
yeah. And then I was asked to play Kathy Selden in Singing in the Rain, which is an absolute dream of mine. And so a few summers ago at Moonlight Musicals, I played Kathy Selden, and I also choreographed the show.
What?
So
Congratulations.
oh, thank you. It was horrible, but awesome. It was so stressful.
I can imagine. It's one of those where you get, it's like the hardest thing ever, but it's also like, oh my gosh, I'm actually choreographing. Oh my gosh, Singing in the Rain. Yeah. I was gonna say Dancing in the Rain. I was like, not Dancing in the Rain. The other thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, could you imagine, like, you're trying to do your stuff, like take care of your part and know your lines and know your cues and stuff like that, and then you're like watching people dance, you're like, no, that's wrong.
I would have to like step out of rehearsal and like watch and make sure, and all the dances that I was supposed to be in, I would mess up because they were practicing when I was watching. But whatever.
Oh wow, that's a lot for my brain.
It was a lot. I was also
That's
like 3 summer school classes at the time, and so I was
gosh.
like, I'm gonna pull my hair out.
I don't
So
think
you
triple fit really
you like
encompasses
pressure.
you.
You like pressure.
Yeah. I'm like, you are much more than triple threat right now. So
Yeah, really. You just keep adding to that.
So that's so cool. My wife, she loves Singing in the Rain. I hate to admit that I have not seen it, the musical or the play, but the music is also in my Spotify playlist. And I can't, and it's so funny that you mentioned this because I was showing the girls, I have 2 daughters, and they can't get enough of Tom Holland. I hope you know where I'm going with this.
Yes,
Okay.
yep.
So for those of you who don't know, Tom Holland showed up on help me out, Maddie. What is it called?
Lip sync or something.
Yes, lip sync, whatever the show is called, with LL Cool J as the host and Chrissy Teigen is something. Anyway,
Color
he
commentary.
huh?
Color commentary.
Oh, okay. So, but he's on there and he starts singing in the rain, and it's so cool. And you're thinking, oh, this is gonna be good because it's a good song. It really is. But then he goes behind some umbrellas, and then he shows up in, I guess you could say it's drag, right?
Yeah.
He shows up in drag, dressed like a Rihanna from, what's the song called, Manny? Oh my god,
Umbrella.
Thank you, Umbrella. And then he does the whole routine, and I'm not even kidding you. That thing was absolutely phenomenal, and we were like,
It was fire. Yeah,
What?
I remember seeing it too. It was fire. Yeah.
I think he's been in some Broadway shows.
he has.
I think he started on Broadway.
You might be right. I'm looking right now. I'm gonna look that up. Y'all keep talking. I'll bring it up in a
Yeah,
second.
it's called Lip Sync Battle. It was on Lip Sync Battle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To us the other day.
Oh yeah, Sandy, that's right.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say like a couple of days ago you just sent that to us.
I can't stop watching it. I can't stop watching it. It's such a good
pretty good.
performance.
So,
Yeah.
Maddie, are you the only one in your family that does this, or well, you said you were with your sister in the TikTok video, and so she's a dancer at least that we know of. But
Yeah.
is she following in your footsteps?
Oh God, no, she hates theater. Oh, she hates it. I don't know if it's because she just doesn't like me very much, but she hates theater. She saw I was in Little Women at Tech, which is a crazy story. That's a good story actually.
Tell us. I want to hear it.
I will remind you.
After this one, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. So I was in Little Women at Tech, which is the musical version. And it's not the most exciting show, I admit. But I saw her afterwards and she was like, good job. Yeah, I fell asleep. Like, okay, thanks.
You're like,
Brutal
thank you.
honesty. Brutal honesty.
Yeah, exactly. But she loves she's 14. She does take dance class. She's a really talented dancer. My grandma was a dancer. She actually studied under Martha Graham, which is like a really famous like modern she basically created modern dance, which is crazy. My mom she used to direct plays. She used to act and everything. Her parents unfortunately didn't let her do dance and acting for a career because she didn't think that it was a job, but like a real job. But when I did it, she was very proud. So I don't know.
It's different. Grandmas are different with grandkids.
That's true. But
Exactly.
because of that, both my parents are very supportive, and I'm very grateful. But yeah, we kind of, and my parents used to do radio, so we're a very outgoing family, to say the very least.
I don't like your family, Maddie. I just want to say that.
Beautiful. It's serious.
It is total jealousy. I will let you know that. But just kidding.
Oh, no need.
So-
We're really not that cool. I'm really talking us up here.
Right. Even better. And she's a salesperson. Oh my goodness.
Right. And she's her family. I mean, wow.
All right.
Tom Holland was Billy Elliot.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's so tiny. He's got yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry, Joe.
So-
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's like now you have to tell us the Little Women story.
Oh, right. Okay. So Texas Tech does a musical every year in their theater department. And I was cast as Meg March, the oldest sister. And, whatever, we were doing the show. Our second show that we were performing, our Joe, I don't know if everyone's familiar with Little Women, but Joe's the main character. And she has so many lines, so many songs. She's one of my best friends too. This is horrible. She lost her voice completely the second performance. And so the next day was performance number 3. And I get a call at like 3 p.m. and it's the director. And he's like, Maddie,
You're in.
Yeah. He was like, I want you to go in as Joe tonight. And I was like, well, I can't say no. I mean,
right.
It's not giving me an option. So this is like a few hours before the show is supposed to start. And I like run to the theater and I grab my book and we're like going over the blocking, which is where you're supposed to stand on stage. So like the blocking goes with the lighting usually and with the other actors. So the director was like trying to tell me where to go and on what word and on what song lyric and on what beat. And I was just so stressed. So I ended up doing the show as the main freaking character twice. And I had to bring the book on stage with me and I would just read the lines and it was the most insane experience ever. It was like theater people have nightmares where they go on stage and they don't know anything or like they're naked or something.
Right.
I literally lived my own nightmare. It was horrible.
But I have to imagine, Maddie, so like as horrible as that sucks and as crazy as it's got to be also one of those moments in your career or your life that defines you and you just end up gaining like this experience that's like people look to them as like, man, I wish I could get that experience, but without the way it happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. It was crazy, but I will never forget it. And I did learn so much from it. And I think Texas Tech learned that we need to have understudies. So,
really?
so you're welcome.
Joe, this is where that bus sound effect comes into play.
Not the shower.
Maddie,
No shade. But.
What's one of your favorite plays or musicals?
Well, Singing in the Rain's up there.
Okay.
I love 42nd Street. Again, it's like a huge tap thing. I love, there's a show called Thoroughly Modern Millie, and that's probably my favorite ever. It's another tap show, of course.
That's where you get your Instagram name.
Yeah, and that's so lame.
Right? No. I'll tell you what's lame. Billy Joe Jim Bob.
I'm the third.
The third, yeah. Don't forget the third. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so 40 Thoroughly Modern Millie.
Mm-hmm.
So those three you'd say. What's your
in
do
Chicago.
You have like a okay.
In Chicago.
Do you have that's close to me actually. I'm like 2 hours down from Chicago. So when you go act there, let me know so I can get some tickets to go watch you, okay?
Yes. Okay.
What would you say is there a play out there that you it's kind of like a two-part question. Was there a play out there that you didn't get to watch because it's kind of moved on? Or is there a play out there that you're really excited to see that's probably still showing right now?
Oh gosh. Oh, there's so many.
Musical?
Yeah. I really, really want to see Hadestown.
Ooh, I've never heard of this one.
It won Best Musical last year, and it's incredible. Like the
wow,
music,
it won 8 Tonys last year.
It's insane. It's crazy good.
Wow. So you tell me your spill. What is this one about?
So it's about. Oh God, I'm gonna mess this up. It's about.
Then no one's gonna know you messed it up.
I've never seen it.
Right.
It's about the like Greek mythology story of
okay.
Hades,
Hades
out of the underworld.
Yep. Yes, and the like lovers that I don't know their names.
Don't worry because I'm seeing what the names are and I'm like, it's Orpheus and Eurydice.
Eurydice. Yeah.
Eurydice. Sorry. Yeah.
So it's like
I'm making an attempt. I'm glad y'all can poke holes in it. So
hey,
one of Joe's talents.
I wouldn't have remembered their names. So, but yeah, it looks so good. There are Broadway bootlegs that sometimes you can find on YouTube. They're very illegal, but I watch them anyways.
You know what? That's like when when I first heard of Hamilton. And I was like, what?
There's a bootleg.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Okay, Maddie. Okay, let me tell you this. You'll appreciate this. Okay, let me tell you this. I heard about the Hamilton, and I didn't catch on till like months later. And it was funny because it was Kid Craddock I was listening to, and they were talking about it, and I was like, okay, if it's on Kid Craddock, I need to give it some credence now. So let me find out about this. I found it on my Spotify playlist, and I just the first few words, and I'm like, I'm hooked for this whole thing. And it's a roller coaster. It is like out of this world. It's amazing. So I'm listening to this song for the better part of a year and a half every single night. My kids are singing it. My wife is getting tired of it, but she's singing it. And we're all just Hamilton everywhere. And it is awesome, right? So then it was my anniversary, Maddie. It was my anniversary. My wife hands me this paper, and she'd already told me we're not going to go see Hamilton. And she gives me this packet, and the packet is like, imagine a PowerPoint presentation printed off. And it's like, I know you wanted to go see Hamilton, and I'm sorry. And I'm turning the pages, and she goes, but I thought we could still go to Chicago on Broadway and watch something that you'd enjoy. And then the last page said, I thought you'd enjoy this. And it was 2 tickets to go watch Hamilton, Maddie. My wife, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what? And I start bawling like crazy. I'm like, wait, we're going to go watch Hamilton? And she's like, I was like, oh my gosh. Now, guys, if y'all don't know, like, tickets to get to watch Hamilton are super, super hard. I mean, it's already enough that. So what my wife ended up doing, we got the 3rd week tickets to go watch when the show had opened up in Chicago. And I was like, how did you do this? And for a while, she was like, it's a secret. And then she finally revealed she bought a season pass to Chicago on Broadway on Chicago, whatever. She bought a season pass, 2 season passes for both of us to go watch 6 different plays, which she got to choose. The one she chose was Hamilton. Now, guys, it's like about $600 a piece. And that's the exact amount to buy a Hamilton ticket. And so for the
she
price,
got a really good deal then.
Yes.
Wow.
These tickets are not cheap at all.
No.
But we went to that, Maddie, and as much as I heard it, and I didn't get to see, so, you know, the Chicago show was the first show off Broadway.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
I'm so jealous right now.
Maddie, it was great. It was so wonderful. I tell everyone, I'm like, you got to go watch Hamilton. You have to watch it if it's near you. If it's 6 hours from you, go watch it. It's out of this world. My favorite part of it was the ending. Literally, the last part of the play when no, you don't ever get to see it. She's singing, but then she looks up and then she smiles, and it is this like this the woman who played her, I can't remember her name, but the woman who played her, her smile radiated the stage. Honestly, in my opinion, the woman who played Alexander's wife in the Chicago play in the first run, she completely stole the entire show because her smile lit up the stage. She looked like she was happy to be there. Her dancing was spot on. I mean, I'm sure it was very similar to how you are on stage.
I highly doubt that.
No. I'm sure it was. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop talking about Hamilton, but I just wanted you to know that
it's so good.
Can you tell what his favorite show is?
Well, you were to guess, Maddie.
Well, it's someone who appreciates it. It's someone who would appreciate it. Yeah. So, it was so
it's
fantastic.
So good. Yes. I'm so happy you got that experience.
Thank you. I can't wait for you to get yours when all this is done. You get to go watch it and enjoy it, I hope.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Watch it. Okay. Got to rein it back in. I'm sorry. Let's get back on track.
You know, we were supposed to be interviewing Maddie, but it's cool. It's cool.
I'm sorry, Maddie.
If you learn anything from this interview, it's listen or watch Hamilton.
Bootleg.
We're good. I think we're good.
Bootleg. There you go.
The bootleg. Yeah.
I'm totally gonna go look for that now, Maddie. You're gonna get me in trouble here in this house.
I will send you the link. Just
okay. Okay.
You are adding to his corruption.
That's a good. If you're gonna be corrupted, that's a good. That's a good one to be corrupted on. So
yeah.
All right. So we were saying plays that you wanted to go see, or that you're either off or that are still showing, plays that you'd want to go, musicals you'd want to go see or even be a part in.
Oh gosh, yes. So I actually auditioned for Chicago. They were doing this search for Roxy thing on social media where you like send in your video to be Roxy Hart, which is like a character.
Yeah.
I obviously didn't get picked for it, but it was awesome. And I learned the dance, the Fosse dance that they taught. It's awesome. It's on my dance reel now. So
Well, and Chicago's one of the playlists in my Spotify that I listen to
it's so
often.
good.
Also,
Have you seen that? Have you seen Chicago?
no, I would. That's
Okay.
one of the ones that's on my list, though. I want to see that one so bad. I think I love seeing the reenactments that they do on the Tony Awards or whatever else, and they
Yes.
always fill in the different people for the Jailhouse Tango, right? And I think it's fantastic. I love seeing like when the guys do their version or the drag ones too, and I'm thinking, man, they're creative,
Very entertaining. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
I think it's
wait a minute. On
fantastic.
that, do you still have your audition tape?
I have the dance part. Yes.
Is it
It's
on
my
YouTube
Instagram.
somewhere? Okay, awesome.
On Instagram. Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure to go look at that and just. Be
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah, you can send him that link, Abby or Maddie.
Okay. I'll send you
Yeah.
both. I'll just,
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll secretly
Awesome.
send the Hamilton one.
That is cool. That is cool. And so, what were you doing in Florida? What was that? What was that job like, or what was it, in fact?
That was awesome. So that was my first. Again, I call it big girl job. It was my first job to do out of college. As I look up at my degree, that's now hanging on my wall.
Aw.
So that was my first show that I did. It was How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. It's not really one of the most popular shows, but it was a popular movie in the 70s, or the 60s, and then they made it a musical. And I played the really stupid, sexy secretary that everyone wanted to sleep with. So for some reason, I always get the really dumb ditzy roles, and I'm like, should I be offended or am I just happy to have a job? Yeah, I don't know.
Someone needs to do that job. Might as well be you.
That's what I would do.
That didn't sound right. Like it came out right either. Actually. Yeah, Maddie, don't read. Okay, never mind.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. Just okay.
No, her name's Hetty LaRue, and this is actually the second time that I played her. I played her again at Moonlight Musicals right before I did Singing in the Rain, and then in Florida, this is crazy. I booked Hetty LaRue right into Singing in the Rain, just like a few years ago. It was the exact same track, so like the same roles, the same shows, back to back. So
Oh wow! So you like I got this.
Yeah, I was totally ready, and then we ended up having to cancel the last week of How to Succeed, and then obviously Singing in the Rain hasn't happened yet. So
Oh wow! So Daniel Radcliffe was also on How to Succeed.
yeah, he was the no, that was the revival. Yeah, he played the main character.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew I'd heard that the name from somewhere. I was like, where did I hear it from? So
Yeah, it's a really funny show, and that character is absolutely the most fun that I've ever had playing a character ever.
Nice.
She's so funny. I love
Christy said you are beautiful and she loves your mom.
Aw, thank you. I love her too.
Right.
aw, twinsies. That's what my daughters would say. I'm so happy you came on the show, Maddie, because I can't wait to like some of these plays that I've never heard of. Like I'm super interested in Hadestown now, and I actually want to see this how to business one now and see if I can find it somewhere.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I get Hetty has her own like entrance song, and it's the best thing ever.
I wonder if they have if there's YouTube videos on on some of those. Is your performance on a video somewhere too?
I really wish that they would post some of it, but it's pretty much illegal to post your performances unless you get like really special permission. So
yeah.
And it's really expensive, I think. So
yeah, the licensing, because it's got to go to all the people that are involved with the licensing part of it.
Right.
Blast.
That's dumb.
Anywhere illegally we can.
I know.
Is there any way off the beaten path that
I wish.
You can host a watch party and then just hold the phone up while you watch it and be like, I'll go get my wife and be like, okay, we're watching a new play.
Exactly. I'll accidentally leak it, and then I'll just forget how to use technology, and I won't be able to read it.
So tap is your favorite dance. Is that right? Is your favorite thing to dance?
Yeah.
So it's amazing to me because I always thought that you guys wore clickers on the bottom of it to make it.
That's what I thought.
It's not.
So you don't wear clickers?
No.
We just there's just. Oh, I wonder if my tap shoes are over here somewhere.
No, it's a metal
just
piece
like
on the
metal.
Yeah.
You just nail a piece of metal to the bottom of your shoe, and then.
Ouch! I had the wrong image, but.
Oh, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. You don't feel the nail.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, not literally there, Jay.
I know, but I love her quick comeback on that though. It doesn't hurt much.
I mean, it hurts in another way, but
yeah,
right. So, and I saw that you're on the box and you're dancing. So I remember watching a couple of tap shows. One of them was called Tap, I think. Is a movie called Tap, and it was just amazing. Like Gregory Hines was in it, and there were a couple. Yeah, I think is what it was called. But yeah, that's probably a good one to watch too. I love the way that sometimes they can put their own little flavor into the tap, and like with sliding their feet and
so cool.
Instead of like pop 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 pop, and it's just like slide. It's really, I don't know how to explain it. But it's really cool to watch. So
no, like rhythmic tapping is so cool.
That's what it's called.
Really
rhythmic dancing.
Yeah,
tap.
I mean,
yeah.
Sammy Davis Jr. was in that movie.
Oh, that's so cool. I haven't seen that. I should watch it.
Yeah. So that's your list.
That's your homework.
Yeah, okay.
Look for the 1989. It's a 1989 movie, so it's a little old.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool.
Wait, we were talking about tap, and then we were and then go ahead.
I was just gonna say, speaking of like rhythmic tap, I did dance competitions growing up, and there was one year where we did an a cappella tap dance, and so like the entire thing, we didn't have any music. We were like, someone would come in and like clap the tempo, and then like we would just tap with no music and like create the music, and that was really cool.
Oh wow, that sounds really cool. Like how many variations or forms of tap is there? I just thought it was the one.
Well, it's all.
There's hip-hop tap, country tap, rock tap.
The country stuff is called clogging.
Yeah, they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I've seen cloggers.
Yeah, what's the one where the Irish dancing? Where they like
river dance.
River dance.
Yeah.
Good
catch. That's really cool. I think that's different. They like go on their toes, and I don't.
You like? She's like, no.
My wife loves river dance.
Like, do you ever put sawdust down and do? Because I've seen them put sawdust down and use that for their sliding and stuff, and it just kind of helps with the sound. Yeah.
That's a movie thing, Joe. That was in tap only. They don't really do that. You were nice, Maddie. Though Maddie was like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, she's like,
"Oh, great." I know.
Right.
That'd be good.
I just played.
No, I think Maddie would be good in what's the one where they make all the noise?
Stomp
the yard.
Stomp. Yeah.
That was excellent. I saw that in Lubbock actually.
Oh, that's so cool.
That was my first time seeing it in Lubbock. We saw it again up here in Chicago too, and whew, it's fantastic.
So cool.
Yeah. It's like
we would watch it in elementary school during music class, and I would be the one that's like, wow, wow, and all the other people would be like, this is stupid, SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob.
I love SpongeBob actually.
Right. And you're like, shut up, you're missing the good parts.
I can't hear the sounds. Shut up. Exactly.
So Maddie, whenever before I got married, I hated the idea of musicals and plays, and I thought they were dumb, and I thought they were stupid, and it had no place in this world. And I thought, whatever. I got married, and my wife, I remember when she was my girlfriend first, she told me she went to go watch Rent. And she's like, you'd never like it. And it was one of the first plays that I actually saw after we got married. A friend of hers let her borrow it, and she started watching it. We watched it. She fell asleep, and I kept watching it. I thought, oh my gosh. I was like, that was actually really, really good.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? So then later on, we moved up here to Bloomington. I'm living in Illinois right now, and I took her to go watch. What was the one with the green face woman?
Shrek.
The other green face woman.
Oh, Wicked. I remember this one last
Wicked.
time.
Yes, I'm hopeful. I took her to go watch Wicked, and I was the one on the edge of my seat, like. And then by the time intermission came, I remember I was just like, "What? How do they do this in real life? Like, is this for real?" I was like, "What?" And it is. So I was very pleased. And anyway, after that, I was like, "Okay, I'm done. I give up. I'm giving in." So now I'm like, I want to watch plays and musicals, and got to see Les Miserables and so many other ones that I'm just like, "Oh, these are so good."
There's so many ones. Oh yeah, that's my dad.
That's your dad. Hi, Dad.
Oh, hi, Mr. Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Great job on your part for raising a wonderful daughter. So,
oh my God.
Hope you're super proud.
Yeah, so I did the Miss America system in high school.
Okay.
I was
So you were
Miss
in pageants.
Yeah. So I was Miss Brownfield's Outstanding Teen, and then the next year I was Miss Lubbock's Outstanding Teen. And I did a tap dance for my talent, and I don't like talking about myself a lot, but I ended up I won my first year. I won Alpha Talent, and then I ended up winning Overall Talent at the pageant, which actually got me about $1,000 scholarship. So.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Well, I can tell you what your dad thought.
He's like, "That's my girl. That's my daughter."
He's like, "Stand up. I'm right there. That's her. That's my daughter."
Every time I go to an audition, so my tap dance, I did it to Thrift Shop. And and so every time I go to an audition, my parents are like, "You should do Thrift Shop for them." And I'm like, that's not how it works, guys. I wish, it's not how it works.
Oh, the Macklemore Ryan Lewis song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, is there a play called Thrift Shop?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
He's all played.
I've got tabs over here of all the musicals.
One track mind going right now.
And I'm like, ooh, I need to put this on my list. I need to put this on my list. So
that one's my tap dance is on YouTube for sure.
Okay.
It's a clean version of Thrift Shop. So
Aw, thank you.
We will watch it.
I like a PG-13 world.
Well, Maddie, before we're almost at the hour here, and we're about to wrap up with you, but what we like to ask our guests is to think of a subject or theme or something that you would like to see us do in the future. And so, is there whatever you're thinking? And it has to be PG-13 and not heavy.
Okay. Well, now that we're on the subject, movie musicals.
Oh.
Featuring Jamie. That's what that's.
So basically, that'll be Jamie's show. Sandy and I will be.
Love it. I love it.
Movie musicals.
You have to start with Singing in the Rain.
And
totally.
And I'll say,
and I'm going to assign a musical for each of them to sing during the show, especially Sandy.
My God, please.
I'm going to be praying for technical difficulties.
And finally, Maddie, is there anything that you want to plug or let people know about that's going on in your life that you would want to just kind of get out there during this time? This is your stage.
Oh, nice to I love
so
that. Just stay home, stay healthy, support local artists whenever you can. Go to museums, go to dance shows, go see Texas Tech's theater program, go see their musicals, go see whatever you can, especially now that the sports are canceled. The sports? Who says the sports?
The arts. I felt you.
Now that sports events are canceled.
The sports. Yeah.
Sports.
Yay. The
That's
sports.
such an actor thing to say. I'm so Oh my God.
Goodness.
That's going on the blooper reel, Maddie.
Great. Oh, thank
So
you. That's so sweet.
she says,
Oh.
congratulations on your success. Well,
Aw.
Maddie, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Yes.
We truly appreciate it. You've
Thank
been
you.
quite a joy. You have made Jamie's night.
You absolutely have. We're like kindred spirits on here. It's so
Yes.
awesome.
Connecting
you
through
do-
theater. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
it's
do
wonderful.
have a new friend that you didn't know you were going to get today. So.
I'm gonna watch your success with great interest.
Oh,
Right.
thank you.
Perfect,
Oh my
perfect.
God.
And just remember us little small TV shows or live streams whenever you get big and
Oh
famous.
my gosh.
Yeah.
And small town photographers that happen to do her headshot.
Right.
Yes. I get so many compliments on my headshots. You should know.
Thank you. You've
Yeah,
sent
they're
me
awesome.
so many people. It's been awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh,
So
Of course. Of course. I tell
Maddie, you
everyone.
have a great night, okay?
Thank you. Thanks for having
Maddie,
me, you guys.
thank
thank
I'm
you
so
so
happy.
much. You have a good night.
You too. Thank
Good night.
you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Wow.
How cute is she?
No.
Seriously. Let's talk about how cute she is and how talented.
She was an amazing find. Like, I'm glad she came on the show.
Jamie, your energy just changed. All
I mean,
Just,
amazing.
Jamie was
Like-
fangirling.
Yeah, you are.
I'm so sorry. I gotta admit, guys, it's because I didn't like musicals, and Dekisa turned me on to musicals, and ever since then, I've had nothing but great experiences with them, and thought the world of them, and think, man, there is talent because they are. It's kind of like with her being a triple threat, right? Musical. If you're on a musical, you're not only singing and memorizing your lines, but you're also dancing, and then you're also like, having to move in spots, not acting, but acting, but not dancing. So there's just a lot going on in there, and I have mad props for those people. And so she's one of them, and I think they're catchy, So yeah, yeah.
Please tell us more there, Jamie.
I'm sorry. I was trying so hard to be quiet so many times. I was like, I can't.
You look like you're about to bust, actually.
I did. There were several times where I was like,
I know. Look at this comment. Maddie has a BFA. Jamie wants a BFF.
Oh, okay.
That is like the best comment ever. That's definitely making the list for next week.
oh, and it's just having someone kindred who, she obviously has a love for it, and I'm more of the outside looking in. She's on the inside. She makes my world better by doing that kind of stuff. She's part of that group of people that makes my world better,
closer to the world that you would want to be in.
Yes. Well, no. Or you mean like not? I don't want to act and dance and all that, but I do totally respect.
Yeah, no, just to be close to
row.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay. Yes. That's what I did. Tonight was my first time having a real front row seat for someone who is in musicals and plays. Like, this was a great experience for me. So thank you, Joe, thank you, Maddie, for coming on. I am definitely like on a super high right now. I'm not even kidding you.
Cloud nine. Yeah.
Yeah. And she introduced me to musicals that I've never even heard of. And so, this is fantastic.
So now you have a whole bunch of homework.
I do.
Really?
And she made our topic musicals. So I was like,
that's gonna
I gotta watch my hair that night.
That's gonna be great.
the musical episode's gonna be awesome, man.
Right? I'm just like, I watched Frozen.
Yeah, you can at least say that. I'm just kind of like,
Sandy, you're like what I was before I got married, and I was like, oh gosh.
and
I remember.
So I have been to Moonlight musicals, and I have seen The Wizard of Oz. We have seen Shrek, and I have seen Titanic. And so, and that's really cool, and to be outside. And then, of course, The Wizard of Oz was inside. But I mean, it's cool and everything, but my brain just, I don't know.
So from everything that you just said, to me, it would be more like, I don't know that you've had a real musical experience, like a grand, you know what I mean?
Folk?
Huh?
I said, don't be talking about Lubbock talent like that.
No. I mean, you haven't had, a Tiger King experience, grandiose, I think.
So you want me to feed my husband to a tiger?
I didn't say that, Eric. Eric, I didn't say that. Sorry, that was not the message I was trying to deliver out there, okay?
Look, Maddie's already given us great comments.
Yeah. Thank you, Maddie. You made my day. Yeah, I can't wait to talk to my
Right.
wife. And
Maddie, you made Jamie's day and his week and month.
yeah, if you're still listening to this, Maddie, I do have to tell you, it was so hard to keep quiet so many times because I just wanted to. I was like, I have control of the board. I wanted to kick Sandy and Joe out a few times and just be like, wait a minute, tell me all your experiences, tell me everything. And so I was like, wait, calm down. So I want.
If you need a list of music mute,
Yes,
I will probably be in touch with you, Maddie, just so I can get a list.
Just go ahead and send it, Maddie.
Please.
Yeah.
He's letting you know right now.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. She's gonna send us a list. I'm gonna log into one of my kids' things on Netflix so it doesn't affect my list.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want this list in my list.
The only one you'll be sad for is Mamma Mia. That's the only one that you'll regret.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Paul Faulkner says
I saw that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sound of
And
Music.
then Phantom in Vegas is a must. I'm guessing you're saying Phantom of the Opera? Is that?
Or is there a Phantom in Vegas? Because Phantom of the Opera just released their musical on YouTube because of the way things are now, and so I haven't been able to go watch that yet. But I should have told that to Maddie.
Maddie's still listening.
Oh, you are? Okay, yeah, Maddie. So they Phantom of the Opera, they released it on YouTube, the current show that's going on, just because of the things the way they are. So you should give that a look.
She said Phantom of the Opera. That's what she's saying.
Okay. I sure was about to look up Phantom in Vegas. I was like, that sounds interesting.
Right.
That's a good title.
Awesome. Well, we're at 1 hour. Man,
Already?
time flies whenever we have great guests on the show.
Yeah.
What do we have lined up for tomorrow, y'all?
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And
We're bringing on the funniest teacher.
we have the funniest teacher alive that's coming on our show, John Matthews, Mr. Matthews.
Mr.
Will
Matthews.
be joining us tomorrow.
Awesome.
So and
this could
he's
be
quite the character, you guys.
okay. So, and he's TikTok famous, right?
He wants to be TikTok famous.
He wants to be.
He wants to be TikTok famous. But
And I just want to let you guys know I've been looking around and looking for an assistant / producer. So we may have an on-air personality that we may be or interview of this person here soon. And
Awesome.
just so you guys kind of know what's going on, just have some extra help with this stuff. I'll get you more involved and let you know what's going on. But yeah.
Cool.
It should be fun. Should be fun. So something to expect in the next few shows or whatever. So, but I think it's now time to wrap it up.
you sounded almost like Delilah for real. I was like, what just happened?
We all love Delilah here too. So that wasn't a shot down, Delilah. If you're watching
I
this,
love her voice. It's
right? Yeah.
But remember to wash your hands.
For at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, y'all.